Good morning everyone. In the previous slide, I have told you about the sources of the water supply scheme. There are two types of sources of water supply scheme. I have told you. First is surface water, next is groundwater. Okay. Surface water, I have told you, in surface water it consists of lakes, ponds, streams, rivers, storage reservoirs. Okay. But in groundwater it takes open wells, tube wells, springs, infiltrations, etc. Okay. So we can say that the surface water and the groundwater are the both important sources for us or for human beings. Groundwater is a common source for single homes and small towns, whereas the rivers and the lakes are the usual sources for the large cities. Okay. Mainly 98% of the liquid fresh water that exists as a groundwater and it occurs very deep. Okay. This makes pumping very expensive and preventing the full development and use of all groundwater reservoirs. So in surface water, we have read about the total area of the land. In surface water, the total area of our land contributes the surface runoff to river or a lake is called watershed. And the volume of the water available for the municipal depends on mostly on the amount of rainfall. I have told you it depends on the amount of rainfall. Next is it also depends on the size of the watershed, slope of the ground, type of soil, vegetation and the type of land use. Okay. Or mainly the flow rate or the discharge of a river varies with time. The higher flow rate, I have told you, the higher flow rate typically occurs mainly in the spring and lower flow rates occurs in the winter. This is often in case of the monsoon systems. And when the average discharge of a river is not enough for a supply of water, it takes alternative options. We can take a conservation reservoir may be built up. Okay. So after that we will be studying about groundwater. The value of source of groundwater is a function of the porosity of the layer which it is formed. Okay. Next is water is withdrawn from an aquifer by pumping from the well or any infiltration gallery. Okay. In groundwater we pump the well or any infiltration gallery. An infiltration gallery includes the horizontal pipes radiated out from the bottom of a large diameter vertical shaft. You can see in the where we do agriculture, there the infiltration gallery is been done. Where the water you can see here in the diagram. You can see here the diagram here. This is, you can say that infiltration, like an infiltration gallery. It includes horizontal pipes. You can see this is the horizontal pipes and this is the horizontal pipes you can see here, and this is radiated outward from the bottom of a large diameter vertical shaft. Okay. Then the wells are constructed in many ways depending on the depth and the nature. Okay. Next is wells which is used for the public water supplies, usually more than 30 meters deep we take it, and from the 10 to 30 centimeter in diameter. Well we create it, it takes 30 meters in deep and 10 to 30 meters in diameter. Just to penetrate, we can provide a good quality of water. Okay. Because to provide a good quality of water, we do this. Wells. Next is quantity of water. In quantity of water, in your mind, it may be coming, what do you mean by quantity of water? While designing the water supply scheme, while we design the water supply scheme for the town or any city, or if we design the water supply scheme for any population, for an amount of population, we should first determine the total quantity of the water required for the various purposes by the city. Okay. After that, we can estimate the quantity of the water, how much the population or how much the town or a city requires. Okay. So in the next, the first duty of an engineer is to determine the water demand of the town and then to find out the suitable water sources from where the demand can be met. Okay, so in this quantity of the water, first we design the water supply scheme for a town or any city or any populations. Okay, then we determine how to determine the total quantity of the water for the various purposes by the city. Okay, various purposes means we can say domestic purposes, industrial purposes, commercial, fire purposes. We can say these types of purposes. Next is the first duty of an engineer to determine the water demand of any town. Okay, after that, how to find out the suitable water sources from where the demand can be met. Okay, so next we will be reading about the types of demand. In the types of demand, we will read while designing the water supply scheme. First, when we design the water supply scheme for any town or any populations, it is necessary to determine the total year's demand as well as the monthly demand in the demand rates. Okay, if we design the water supply scheme for any town or any population, we have to determine the total year's demand as well as the monthly demand in the demand rate. Okay, so there are 6 types of water demand. First is domestic water demand, industrial water demand, commercial water demand, demand for public use, fire demand, compensate losses. Okay. In domestic water demand, we mainly use water for various types of purposes. Domestic water demand means, you understand what? Like we say for cooking purposes, for housing purposes, for bathing purposes, for washing utensils. All these are the domestic purposes. Okay. In domestic purposes, we can say that it includes the quantity of the water required in the houses. How much amount of water we require in the houses for drinking, bathing, cooking, washing utensils, or any types of purposes. Okay. Next is the quantity of the water required for domestic use mainly depends on the habits. We first depends on the habits, social status, or any climatic conditions or any customs of the people. Okay. Mainly we decide the quantity of the water we use in the domestic purposes mainly depends on the habitats or any social purposes, climatic conditions. We use the quantity of the water. The domestic water demand takes 55 to 60% of the total water consumption. Okay, it takes 55 to 60% total water consumptions. And as per the IS code 1172-1983, the domestic consumption in India is mainly 135 LPCD. LPCD means liter per capita per day. Okay. So here in this domestic water demand, we can say that the domestic water demand we use for various types of drinking purposes, bathing, cooking, washing utensils, or any other types of purposes, and it includes 55 to 60% of the total water consumptions. And as per the IS code, in India, the domestic consumption takes 135 LPCD, that is liter per capita per day. Okay. So we can say that in domestic water purposes, we use drinking as a 5 liter per day per person. In cooking, we use 5 liter per day per person. In bathing, we use mainly of 55 liter per day per person. And in washing, we use 40 liter per day per person. And we can say lastly in flushing, we use 30 liter per day per person. This, if we total this, then it makes 135 LPCD. Okay. So we can say that this, if we drinking, cooking, bathing, or washing and flushing, if we give total all of this, we will get 135 LPCD. Okay. In the next slide, we will be discussing about industrial water demand. Okay. Thank you.